Enroll your child to the manifested e-learning platform and see their grades grow tremendously. These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a course-friendly format.
Hello learners, and welcome to the business studies lesson. The topic is satisfaction of human wants. Today we want to study about goods and services. Goods and services. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to distinguish between goods and services. So the subject is business studies, and the subtopic goods and services. Goods and services. Goods and services. Now, learners, in our previous lessons, we defined human wants, and we pointed out that human wants are satisfied by using goods and services. We went further to say that business activities, we engage in business activities. Different people engage in different activities. The purpose for business activities is to provide goods and services which are used in the satisfaction of human wants. Every day people wake up every morning to go to work. Why do they go to work? Why do we go to work? Is so that we can provide goods or services. Why do you provide goods and services? Because goods and services are needed for satisfaction of human wants, human desires, which can either be primary ones or secondary ones. Goods and services. We don't just work for the sake of working. No, we work so that we can be able to meet our wants, our human wants. And we saw that some of these wants are necessary for human survival. For example, food. We say that food is a basic need, is a basic want, because without food you cannot live. So you cannot just sit idle. You have to work so that you can get food to eat to enable you live longer here on the earth. Food does not just drop like rain. No, you have to work. If you need food, you have to till your land, you have to grow the crops, then you weed the crops, you irrigate. Sometimes irrigation has to be done, then you harvest, then you will have your food. If you cannot plant the food, then you have to work, then earn money, then you can go to the market and buy food. So that's why we work, so that we can satisfy our human wants. So goods, in our today's lesson and the following lesson, we are going to define goods and services, then we'll bring out the characteristics of both goods and services. So I've just said that goods and services are required for satisfaction of human wants, and they are also sometimes known as commodities. They have distinctive features that help in differentiating them, goods and services. Goods have certain features which distinguish them from services. So learners, generally, goods are physical commodities that are tangible, meaning you can touch them or you can feel them. A good example is what I'm holding in my hand. This pen is a good. Why? Because it is tangible. I can touch it. I can feel it even when my eyes are closed. I can feel it. This board is another good. I can feel it. I can touch it. It is physical. My tie. This tie is a good. I can feel it even when I've closed my eyes. I can feel this is my tie. My coat. Okay. All right. Your exercise book. Your television. Your computer. If you are watching me on a phone, that mobile phone is a good. It is a good. Why? Because you can touch it, you can feel it. So those are examples of goods. Now, services, on the other hand, are actions. They are not tangible. In other words, they are intangible and invisible. Examples are like banking services, teaching services, transport services, security services, hairdressing services, shoe shining services. These are services, right? These are services. You cannot see. You cannot see it, all right? You cannot see it, but it is an action. Like teaching is an action. It's something a teacher does, okay? Transport, for example, taxi driver offers transport. It's not something you can see. It's something that he does. When you go for treatment at the dispensary, the doctor does something, okay? It's not something you can say you can go home with it. No, it's a service. It's something that is an action that he does. When you go to the bank and withdraw money, that service, okay? That is a service. Security, if you have a bodyguard, for example, if you have a bodyguard, okay, someone who guards your body. When you move around, he's just near you, ensuring that no one comes nearby. That is a service. Or if you have a security officer at the gate, all right, at your gate, you have a security officer. At school, you may find there are some security officers. They are offering a service. It's not something tangible. Security service is not something you can hold in your hand the way I'm holding my pen. No, they are intangible, they are invisible. So generally that's the definition of goods and services. So make sure you write down what I said. Write down the definition. I said that goods are physical commodities that are tangible. Learners, how did I define goods? I say that goods are physical commodities that are tangible, but services are intangible and invisible. Services are actions. They are actions. So learners, I want us now to highlight the characteristics of goods. Characteristics of goods. What are the characteristics of goods? After defining goods and services, let's begin with goods. The characteristics of goods. Characteristics of goods. I've just said goods are tangible. That is the first characteristic. Number one, goods are tangible. Tangible. Goods are tangible. That's the main feature of goods. They are tangible. That means that they can be touched and they can also be felt. goods can be touched, and they can also be felt. They are tangible. Why can they be touched and why can they be felt? Because goods are material. Because they are material. They are physical. You can see goods with your eyes, right? You can feel them. Then another characteristic, this is Roman 1. Roman 2, goods can be stored. Goods can be done what? Goods can be stored for future use. I can buy this pen in 2020 and use it in 2022. I can buy this suit in 2022 and use it in 2030. All right? But it's good to also remember, learners, that some goods can be stored for longer periods than others. This pen can be stored and be used after 1 year. But a tomato can not last for 1 month. And these goods that can last for a longer period of time without getting spoiled are termed as durable goods. Durable goods, furniture, television, sofa set. Okay, these are durable goods. Motor vehicle, guitar, keyboard. These are durable goods. This board is durable. This board is durable. This board can be used for 5 years, for 10 years, but tomatoes, pizza, you cannot have pizza, buy pizza today and eat it after 1 year. No, that one will get spoiled. So these goods that go bad easily, okay, unless they are stored under special facilities like refrigerator, are known as perishable goods. So under storage, I'm saying there are 2 categories of goods, that is perishable goods and durable goods. Durable goods can be stored for a longer period of time, but perishable goods cannot be stored for a longer period of time. But generally, goods can be stored. This is a feature, but you cannot store a service. Okay? You cannot store a service, but you can store goods. Feature number 2. Characteristic number 2. Okay? Then another characteristic is that quality can be standardized. When you're talking about these goods, you can say goods, the quality of goods can be standardized. Number 3, quality of goods can be standardized. The quality of goods can be standardized. The quality of goods can be standardized. That means that the quality can be made, the quality of goods can be made uniform. Okay? Especially through what we call mechanization. If you are using machines to produce goods, then machines can give you goods that are identical, like this duster. This is duster. You can have identical dusters, but these are different brands, okay? Different brands. You can have 1,000 similar dusters. They can be standardized, especially through what we call mechanization. Mechanization and use of modern technology learners has enabled mass production where goods of standard sizes and qualities are produced. You can have 1 million of these dusters exactly the same, the size, the mass, everything the same, the color, through use of modern technology and mass production. So standardization, goods can be standardized. The same thing with television. You can have 1 million television sets that are completely, totally, perfectly identical. Okay? That is standardization as far as the goods are concerned. So quality learners, or what we call quality control, may also be applied on production to ensure standardization of goods produced. Okay? Now, learners, when I say quality control, I mean, or quality control involves checking of goods produced to ensure that they meet the standards. So if you say we want a marker pen that has that is white in color and it has this red lid, okay, then there has to be control to ensure that what is produced is exactly what is intended to be produced by checking of goods produced. Okay, that's what we call quality control. Quality control. So this is a feature of goods. Quality of goods can be standardized. Quality of goods can be standardized. That is an important characteristic of goods. This may not apply when you are producing services. It is unique to goods. Then number 4, goods can change possession. Goods can change possession. Can change what? Possession. And how will that possession take place? Changing possession means I may own the goods today, or these goods I may have the goods today, someone else may have the same goods tomorrow. This can only happen through trade. All right? Trade is the exchange of goods. Okay? So through trade, goods can change ownership from possession and ownership from one person to another. Trade. Like these pens. These pens, I'm not the one who produced them. But through trade, I managed to get possession. They are mine. Okay? So possession changed from the manufacturer to me. Okay? That happened through trade. The manufacturer did not give to me freely. No. There is a price that I paid on them before there was exchange in ownership and possession. But this change can also happen through donation. Possession can also change through donation. But it's important to note that durable goods such as land will keep on changing ownership indefinitely. There are some durable goods that can keep on changing ownership. You can change ownership. The same land can change ownership, but you have to pay the price for it. You need to buy. There is a price attached to every commodity, to every good. So ownership can only change when you pay the price. But I know there are those who own goods that they've not paid the price for. through dubious means like stealing, robbery, and so on. That is illegal, and when you are caught, you ought to pay 7 times. Okay? You should pay 7 times. You should be punished when you are caught stealing. That's why learners, we are going to school so that you can get skills. We are teaching business studies. Some of you will be businessmen, some of you will be teachers, some of you will be lecturers. After you have gone through your education, you will be able to get your own goods. If maybe you will need a car, you need a television, you need whatever you desire in life, you have to pay a price for it through trade. So ownership and possession can only change when you have paid the price or through donation. So an important characteristic of goods is that the goods can change possession, but you cannot change possession of services. That is a characteristic only unique to goods. Then another characteristic is that goods can be seen. Goods can be seen. Goods can be seen the way you are seeing this pen or you are seeing this board. If you are seeing the board, then this is a good. If you are seeing this pen, these pens, these are also goods. If you are seeing my tie, this is a good. If you are seeing the coat, it's a good. So most goods can be seen. But of course, there are a few exceptions to this feature. For example, the air is a good, but cannot be seen. Air, the air we breathe, we cannot see it. Okay, there are a few exceptions, but they are still goods. All right. Number 5. Then number 6, you can say that goods can change in quality over time. That's another feature of goods. Goods can change. Goods can change in quality over time. Goods can change in quality over time. Some goods, for example, furniture, motor cars, okay, motor cars may lose value over time. Furniture, you've seen furniture that is depreciated. You bought it when it was nice, the color was okay, but over time you see it loses in value. You've also seen some motor vehicles that look very old. There are those that look new, because over time goods lose value, what we call depreciation. Goods depreciate over time. But of course there are some exceptions. There are some goods that increase over time. They increase in value over time, and a good example is land. Land is one of those goods that do not lose value over time. However, land increases in value over time. So generally, goods change in quality or value over time, with a few exceptions like land that increase in value over time. So learners, these are the characteristics of goods. Number 1, goods are tangible. They can be touched, they can be felt. They are material. Number 2, goods can be stored. There are those that can be stored for a longer period of time. They are called durable goods. There are those that can be stored for a short period of time. They are known as perishable goods. So goods can be stored. The third feature is that quality of goods can be standardized. Quality of goods can be standardized. I explained it in detail. Number 4, goods can change possession and also ownership. And we say this can only happen through either trade or donation. Under trade, one has to pay price for the goods. Possession can also happen through donation. Then we've said goods can be seen. You can see goods with your eyes. We said with a few exceptions like air, which cannot be seen with your eyes. Then lastly, we've said that goods can change in quality over time. There are some goods such as furniture, motor vehicles, clothes. They lose value over time. Other goods such as land may increase in value over time. Whether they are increasing or decreasing in value, that is what you are calling change. It can either be change as an increase or change as a decrease. So these are the features of goods. So learners, that will mark the end of our today's lesson. We'll stop at that, then I'll give you assignment. At the end of every lesson, I give assignments. I only have one question. I want you to explain 5 characteristics of goods. So please go through the video one more time, 2 times, 3 times, as time allows you. Then make sure you write the notes. I've been explaining certain points, but I didn't write, but I expect you can pause the video and write notes. Then when answering this question, make sure the exercise book is closed and the video is closed. Try and see if you can explain 5 characteristics of goods. Explain. Don't just write the point. Don't just say tangible or can be stored. Explain the characteristics of goods. In our next lesson, we will discuss characteristics of services. Characteristics of what? Of services. Thank you for joining our online classes. May God bless you as you continue to gain knowledge. Education is very important, learner, because you gain knowledge that allows you to be able to navigate or to have solutions to the problems that we face in life. So it's important for you to continue gaining knowledge. Don't just look at education as a way of passing exams. No. Whatever that you learn in school, whether it's business studies or mathematics or biology or any other subject, all those subjects must have a meaning, must have application in your day-to-day life. So as we study, see how you can apply what you are learning in class to solve problems in the society. And not only your problems, but also problems that face the other members of the society. Thank you and bye-bye.
Enroll your child for the manifested e-learning platform and see their grades grow tremendously. These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a cost-friendly format.